So I asked yesterday how you guys felt about how I should, in general, I suppose, go about presenting what I do on my videos. I sometimes get the feeling that I'm boring you to death, and I know that there will be certain videos that have more views than others. That's okay. But as I said, I've revisited this a number of times now, and it's slowly getting there, as you can see. But yeah, then I'm just going to go with your input. Thanks so much for commenting, and thanks for letting me know. In the spirit of that, I'm going to continue with this painting right now. So I kind of thought that I would work my way around the periphery to begin with. To be honest with you, it's because I'm more sure of myself as I pull in the designs on the edges and work my way towards the center here, because it gives it some visual support, and it helps me to understand what's going on rather than just starting in here and working off of that. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I decided that I would have in the very immediate foreground, you know, a bit of a drift, or the bank coming down here, catching really no light. And I thought that this would be just, you know, a shallow stream. Some, you know, a lot of places where there's some rocks poking up, or certain areas where there are rocks poking up through the surface of the water, which still have a little bit of snow on them. There isn't 6 feet of snow on the ground. So you still have, you know, maybe, yeah, it's earlier in the winter, because we still have a lot of dead foliage on the trees. So I thought that would help break up the creek a little bit by laying some strokes in. Dark so far. They are going to get lighter in certain areas as I pull this design together. The whole area from here down, I will pretty much paint in my shapes and my values -2. So say on a scale of 10, 0 being the darkest, 10 being the lightest, I'll bring my values as high as 8. Then my step 6, or my last step, will be bringing the highest values being 10 for this area. I'll lay those strokes in, and those strokes are going to be very important. They'll determine, they'll bring a lot more interest to the things, and they will determine the final sort of shape and highlighting of everything. Right? So I'm just going to play with that. It's going very slowly, but I thought I'll just do this video using a number of clips. So that when I sit back and think to myself, I'll just turn the camera off and I'll get back to you when I'm done thinking, Thinking doesn't make for much of a video. But actually laying the paint on kind of helps. We'll make it really dark in this area. And that line's a little light. I'd like a little more graduation there. A little lighter as we come to the edge here. laid in a couple of lines here and then darkened a couple of areas just to start shaping the shore. And I think I'm going to want to come down a little bit into this. A little bit more. Okay, that'll do for the moment. And here we have this very strong line heading off the painting. I'm never comfortable with something going directly off the corner. But, you know, it's not really going directly off the corner because it's so wide. We're sort of halfway up here. And we're well into taking a chunk out of the bottom. So, well, what I think I'd like to do is these well, they're not really riffles, I suppose, but we'll treat them like that. I'm angling them slightly up on the right to help give the sense that, you know, as you look to the right, if I were just to go perfectly level, I don't know, I think it works better having them go up and down a little bit. So I'm going to continue with that. It's a bit of an aid to foreshortening. Another little trick. So I'm going to have some more of these snow-topped areas on another gravel bar here that will help to cut off this black line running off the edge of the painting. I guess that's really what I should have said to start with. And I'm making lines, and I don't think I want too many lines there, because some of these are rocks. Whoops, that's going to have to be a longer line. As usual, I'm doing a bit of bumbling around in the dark. I'm okay with that. Longer lines, shorter lines, a variety. Getting a bit busy there. A bit too busy. Don't want that. Okay, maybe I've gone too much of an angle suddenly. I think I have. So we'll flatten that a little bit. Okay. lighter swatches there. Okay. That's it for that moment. That's good. I like that. I like that. I think in general, you know, I know it's just a bunch of blobs, but they serve as a general shape to help keep the river running off the canvas, keeping it a little bit higher. River, it's not a river, it's a creek, it's barely trickling. It's in the early stages of freezing. I'm going to keep the creek fairly dark. I may go with the greens, this dirty sort of green, dirty warmish green that's in the foliage. Put that in the creek because, yeah, a winter creek, low light. I could go in the direction of the trunks, which will be more of a gray. But then I have a lot of gray because although this is blue, it's a bluish gray. It's still gray. So I think it might be more interesting to use, just make it slightly green, very subtly. Okay. I suppose we should put a few dark lines in here. There really isn't any even indirect light hitting this, maybe some ambient light, but right along here, certainly on this edge, there's very little light, so I'm going to keep that dark. Lay that in first. Okay, I think that's enough of that. I'm not going to I'm not going to paint the water today. Not going to put in highlights today. I'm just putting in the drawing, more or less. You know, laying in my hues and my values. And then I will go over those things once things have dried up a little bit. You know, I have to drop this canvas or I'm getting too much glare from above. That'll work. Okay, excuse me, I'm just going to go around here and I guess I have to drop the camera commensurate with the camera, or the canvas's level. Alright. Excuse me. And a little lighter again. I am at the moment only using ultramarine blue and raw umber. And of course, our steady companion, white. Oh, don't want to go too light just yet. See, so I am. You know, the bulk of these brush strokes are in the same direction as the slope coming down. But every now and then, I'm trying to change them a little bit. Change that direction. I will end up with that monotony. Don't want that. Don't want that. There, I think I'll close that one in a little bit. A little weak there. Okay, now we're going to get a little higher on that bank, and we're going to start picking up some of the light from the sky. So I'm increasing my raw umber. Okay, let's close that one off. Oh, excuse me. Okay, a few strokes of oy, oy, oy. Okay, I put a little bit of raw umber. Now I'm adding a hint of yellow ochre to it to warm it up a little more yet. Trying to put designs within designs a little bit. I'm not sure that I need to do any more here. I might just leave that. A little more yellow ochre, a little more white. No more blue. Okay, I think that might be enough of a variety of strokes on this. This area, I'm just going to leave that for the moment. I may do away with this line. I may shorten it, and I may shorten this stump so it ends within the intensity of this frozen lake in behind here. Just going to have a look at that. I'm really happy with those shapes. I think everything is good where it is. Yeah, so I might very well just, next time we talk, I'll paint in some water, and I will likely, or I may have it painted in already. Don't want to dwell on this foreground too much. Not that it seems to be going, now that it seems to be going quite well, I don't want to drag it out. Yeah, me likey. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.